that ICE was deployed at Van Nuys Airport. And when they went to meet the ICE agents and make sure that they were doing everything by the book, not only did they refuse to acknowledge who they were,
San Fernando,
they closed the gate on them and trapped them inside the like tarmac area, and they were stuck. They called us because they couldn't get signature to open up this. They couldn't get a hold of government affairs at the airport. The ICE agents are sitting right there. The councilwoman effectively detained in this moment for over half an hour. It took us going down there and getting them to agree to open up the gate. It's anyway. All that's to say, it's the fact that what they're doing is without legal permission is unconstitutional. We were talking about a second ago. If one masked agent armed to the teeth, trying to operate under the pretension of authority, comes up to another masked agent armed to the teeth, acting with the pretension of authority, neither of them have authority. That is not the way we do it in this country. That's the way some other countries do it. It's totally inappropriate. We do have existing laws that prevent this. We have a state law we're trying to advance that would explicitly do it. The governor will sign it, but the governor has worries about whether it's constitutional or government. It shouldn't matter. It is federal law. So, long story short, this is just the most recent host of injuries. We have a town hall meeting coming up at 2 o'clock at Oak Park High School on Saturday. Everybody's invited. If you haven't pre-registered, just come and say hey to Allie and walk in. So thank you for what you're doing. I'm sorry to take attention away from that. Really, it should be outward facing. There are military officials in this country who inevitably will be in a situation where they're being asked to do something that is an order from a superior that is in contradiction with the oath that they've taken to the Constitution. And on that day, what's going on here in the streets is that's gonna be the ether within which they take that action. So we need to keep the pressure on. Thank you for doing that. They are certainly not stopping with their cascade of injuries. We cannot stop what we're doing. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry for taking the time.
Thank you, John. I'd like to introduce Pastor Thomas of the Living Word Community Church in NAACP of San Fernando Valley. As I mentioned earlier, Disappeared in America is a coalition that includes faith leaders, and regardless of your faith, whether you have one or not at this point, what's happening in our country is immoral. And so I'd like to turn the megaphone over to Pastor Thomas.
You want to stay for him?
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello. 79 people.
It's about time the Valley stood up. I'm happy. The Valley is here. Yeah. When I turn the corner, I'm like, oh my God, in my backyard. I usually have to go over to Los Angeles to cut up like this. But there are cut-ups in the Valley, and so I'm glad to know. I'm James Thomas. I'm pastor of Living Word Community Church. I'm also the San Fernando Valley president of NAACP and a whole host of others.
Can't hear you, sir.
Right on into it. And preacher is not talking loud enough. That's the first. I'm James Thomas. I am the pastor of Living Word Community Church. I'm also the San Fernando Valley president of NAACP. I'm also an organizer with Clergy for Black Lives. I'm an organizer with Black Lives Matter. I'm also a professor of Pan-African Studies, political science professor at Cal State LA. So I do a whole... But I've come here for a very specific reason. For those of you who saw the press conference that happened in Leimert Park the other day, I don't know if you saw it. But basically, it was a rally similar to this, where we were talking about the importance of understanding, of showing up as Black people on behalf of our brown brothers and sisters as it relates to what ICE is doing. And so in the process of doing that, there were some Black brothers and sisters who showed up. And they were demanding that we choose reparations over immigration. Now the point is, we can walk in and chew gum at the same time. I'm not making a choice. It is both. And so what is important to understand, and the reason that I'm having this video is because I want my black brothers and sisters who are not here right now to understand why I'm here. And the reason that I am here, there's two reasons. There's one that's personal, and that is my mother. My mother died in '92. My mother was a sharecropper. She was raised in Corinth, Mississippi. Down there they say Corinth. We in the West Coast, we say Corinth, right? Mississippi. And she was a sharecropper. She was a sharecropper's daughter. And my mother had to escape the plantation because the owner wanted her prize pig and she refused to give it to him. And so because she refused, her parents knew that they would kill her for that pig. And so in the middle of the night, they escaped. Fast forward to my mother getting married, marrying my father, whose father was lynched because he won a new car in a raffle. And the people in Tupelo, Mississippi said, ain't no N-word gonna drive a new car before us. And so they took his life. I never got a chance to meet my grandfather. When my mother had my sister, she had twins. She had twins, a boy and a girl. Because she was black, they kicked her out of the hospital. Her twins were premature. The girl died because she froze to death. My mother had to take her son home, and she put him in a shoebox with a water bottle at the bottom. And there's some people here that know what a water bottle is, right? To keep him warm, and she fed him with an eyedropper. Now, he survived. He survived. My sister did not. Fast forward to when my mother was about 80 plus years old. She moved in with my sister from Illinois to Oklahoma. When she got to Oklahoma, she had to change all of her personal papers. She had to get a new license. She had to present her birth certificate. What she discovered when she presented her birth certificate was that her name was not what she had been called for over 80 years. Because back in her day, they did not keep accurate birth records on black people. So here my mother is, 85 plus years old, having to go by a name that she never knew she had. That's kind of how we know when people met my mother. Those who have known her a long time call her Lillian. Those who met her after 85 plus call her Hallie. And so what I want to explain is right now as we speak, the Supreme Court is trying to determine whether or not there should be birthright citizenship. The reason that that is important to me because if my mother was still alive and her birth certificate was as inaccurate as it was, she would not have a right to be a citizen. She would possibly be deported because she lacked citizenship. And deported to where? I don't know where we came from. I don't know what part of Africa we originated from. And I refuse to give any entity my DNA to determine that for me. I would rather choose it myself. And criminals. It has everything to do with what they look like. When I go to South Africa, if I don't open my mouth, they think I'm South African. What is the point? The point is that this president has also declared war on South Africa. And so it may not be long before they're riding through the streets, picking up people that look like me, saying that they believe that I'm from South Africa because it doesn't matter where you actually are from to them. The only thing that matters is that they have the power and the authority to detain us and to take us away without even informing our families where they're taking us to. This is an outrage. This is unconscionable. I would not care. And I think it's important to mention this. I would not care what the Latinx community has said or done to me personally or to black people across the board. Because this is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is not about whether or not you voted for Trump. By now you know you made a mistake. By now you know. It is about being a human being. Anyone that could see children stripped from their parents stripped from their children, and not be motivated to speak up and do something about it is less than human. It's less than human.
Yep.
The first time that we saw that, we saw mothers and children stripped from the arms, from each other's arms, during the institution of enslavement. And so for any black person who does not understand what this is about, this is about humanity. This is about doing what God would have us to do. This is not just about being on the right side of history. This is about being right. And there are too many people in this country who have positions of power and authority, and they just aren't right. Whether they are black, white, blue, brown, purple, green, too many people get the opportunity to make decisions about all of our lives. And they're just not right. Well, I'm standing here feeling really good because I'm standing with some people who are absolutely right. And I've come here to give you a very simple message. A very simple message is that people can say whatever they want to say. Yes, Donald Trump was able to secure the support of evangelicals. Yes, he was. But the important thing to realize is evangelicalism, as it is playing out today, is nothing but white supremacy. It's nothing but white supremacy.
Yep.
And y'all, if you know anything about me, I'm somebody that named names. I don't shout into the wind.
Spill the tea.
I apologize in advance if this is your pastor.
Sorry, not sorry.
But Grace Community Church and John MacArthur, one of the most noted ministers in this country, have the audacity to say that social justice is of the devil. That's what he said. And when you tell me that social justice is of the devil, what you're really telling me is that I don't deserve to be free. Because it was social justice that enabled us. And so I want to tell my Latinx brothers and sisters, and I've been saying this for a long time. I've been saying this for a long time. The thing that I want to hear from my Latin brothers and sisters is that I am here and I'm not going anywhere. I am here and I'm not going anywhere. And the reason that that is important is because what my Bible teaches me, and I'm almost done, I'm a preacher, forgive me. My Bible tells me that God is on the side of the oppressed. And so as long as you are being oppressed, you don't have to sing a sad song. You can understand and know that God is with you. And if are not who you need to be concerned about. For all of those who support his agenda, it's not the people that you need to be concerned about. Because Scripture says, what you have done to the least of these, you have done it unto me. And so while they are rallying their forces to see what they can do about us, there is a God. There is a God who is just. And at some point, there will be a day of reckoning for all of those who have decided to do the things that they're doing. God is not going to allow people to be oppressed forever. He's not going to allow the children to cry for their parents forever. He's going to step in. So keep looking at us, Donald and gang. Keep focusing your attention on us so that when he comes for you, you won't be ready. God bless you all, and God
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. The video is so sick, so if you want to line the streets and have those cars keep honking and keep this visibility up, let's do that. I understand everybody might not be able to do that, but for whoever can, we'll be here till 6. Thank you. Anybody want to stand?
Hey, everybody, show me your signs. We're live on Citizen.
She's going to email it to you. You're going to get a picture and then have photos.
I understand. I'm glad to. Yes. No, but we'd love to have everybody in touch. This is my husband's campaign manager. So keeping it in the family. No, but we'd love to be in touch. Oh, of course.
You see your awesome sign. 657 people are watching you live right now.
Yay! Thanks for watching. Yay!
Okay, so this is going on until 6 o'clock. Anybody out there near the Van Nuys Courthouse, come down and join us. It's a party. Thanks for watching. Yeah, how do we deport ICE? I wish we could. I heard they were at Sherman Way and Woodman earlier. They need to stop kidnapping people. At the ICE protest in Van Nuys, signing off.